well. This will be a costly battle for Israel in many aspects. And at such times, one of the key tools in raising money for the country is Israel bonds. That is the underwriter of debt securities, which are issued by the state of Israel. And in one of Israel's darkest hours, investors are supporting Israel with some $200 million worth of Israel bonds purchased over the past week, mainly in the United States, where Israel Bonds is located. Joining us now is Dani Naveh, President and CEO of Israel Bonds. He has a distinguished career in many public roles before that. He joins us from New York. And Dani, maybe first a word about Israel Bonds. Every country, or most major developed countries, issue their own bonds, but Israel Bonds has a special function and a special place in Israel's history.
Yeah, it's a very special and unique organization that I'm not sure if any other country around the world have such kind of a structure. We were formed by David Ben-Gurion 73 years ago. The whole concept was to mobilize support mainly within the Jewish communities around the world for the state of Israel. And during the years, we mobilized already almost $50 billion for the state of Israel. And especially this time, you can see how important is our function for the safety and future of the state of Israel.
Right. Now, let's talk about the results of the past week. I gave a figure, 200 million, and then I started looking in the numbers. We're not just talking about Jewish supporters of Israel. We're talking about across the United States, state pension funds, public bodies that are coming in at this time to support Israel.
Yeah, Caleb, on that terrible dark Saturday, 8 days ago, only hours after Hamas' vicious attack started, we already initiated Israel Bonds campaign for Israel. And during the last 5 days, the support we receive is enormous. Thousands of people around the world, not only here in the United States. And as you mentioned, the amount of support for Israel in America is so strong. We got investments right away, almost in 48 hours, more than $150 million of investment in Israel from states like New York, Florida, Texas, Ohio, Illinois, Oklahoma, Nevada, Georgia, and other, Palm Beach County, Miami Beach municipality, and many others. The level of support for Israel these days is enormous.
Right. And maybe just a brief word. I mean, Israel Bonds, for those who know economics a bit, it's not just the cost, for example, of the war, but Israel's economy is going to be under a lot of stress here. The debt it has, the insurance it has to pay on its debt once you enter a period of stability. And Israel Bonds is one of the ways that basically Israel can shore up its own economic standing, its own international economic standing.
You're right. If people have been asking themselves, and so many people are doing that, how can I help Israel? The best way to do that is through giving the government of Israel the necessary resources and budget that they need in order to support, as you said, not only the war campaign, but all the amount of money that is required and will be required by the government of Israel in the near future and in the longer term, for the rehabilitation of those settlements in the south, and so many other important missions. The Israeli economy loses billions of dollars every week due to that war. And Israel Bonds, if you make an investment in bonds, you give the money directly to support those important missions for the state of Israel. And by the way, it's very important to mention, many people make what we call the double mitzvah. They purchase a bond and they donate the bond to different charitable organizations. It can be emergency organizations, it can be hospitals, support for our soldiers. So the money gets to the government of Israel right away. And at the same time, those important organizations are getting the bonds as a donation.
All right. Well, certainly Israel Bonds has played a rich role in history in Israel's times of crisis and in times of war, and it is doing so again now. Dani Naveh of Israel Bonds.
So if I can just add last, before.
Well, I'm sorry, Dani, we are going out for a break, but I think we will have the opportunity to speak with you.
Yeah, just very